Okay, today I just wanted to show you, I just did a little project this afternoon. I wanted some quick reference cards for the range. Yeah, it's kind of hard to see in this light, but from certain angles there you can get the text. So what I have here on the left hand side is I have an estimated at 15 mile per hour crosswind either direction, how many clicks to correct for that. Over here, a temperature correction for distance, and then the range. And I wish it would really show up better than that, but it's not going to. Sorry. Anyway, so you kind of see that there's text at each point. Over here in the top right, again, sorry you can't really see it, I have the power of the scope, so 3 times, 6 times, 9 times. And these fit very nicely into the end of the scope protector. So if we come over here, we see that it'll always accompany you with your rifle when you go to the range or out in the field. So that's the concept. Let me show you real quick how I did it. And again, this isn't rocket science at all. So Nikon, because I'm using a Nikon scope, Nikon actually has a website that allows you to do all this. And what they had was this really nice little display here that you could print, but you had to take it on a piece of paper. And I'll show you real quickly here. This is kind of what those pieces of paper look like. So real nice, gives you a lot of good information, but of course the piece of paper is impractical in the field. So what I wanted to do was get this down to where I could take this out into the field, this information, and have it work for me. So what I did was first I grabbed some screen prints of this up here. So here's my original screen prints. I'll pull one of these up. And as you can see, I just did, and I'm on a Mac, so just do the special key, shift and 4 button, and it allows you to print and capture anything on the screen. So I plugged in all my values how I wanted it, and then I did a screen capture of that. The next thing I did is I threw that screen capture into GIMP. What I ended up with, and GIMP will open here in a second, what I ended up with was a really nice template that I could work with. And again, it doesn't show the text very well. Let's see if I can zoom in. Okay, now you're going to see, can I kill? I'm going to try killing the light. Doesn't work so hot, but better than nothing here. So at least you can kind of see the text on the screen here, right? So this, once I have it in GIMP, I turned it into a PNG. I got rid of the dark background. I cut it out to where I just had, the circle. Then I started filling in some of the information that you can get on the website. For instance, over here, I can come in and I can change atmospheric conditions. So I put a crosswind. I put the crosswind speed as 15. I also did a hot, so I did a 95-degree temperature with a 90-degree humidity, which is not uncommon here in Georgia. So if you're out in the woods, especially in the middle of August, and down in near Valdosta or anywhere in the south of Georgia, this is probably going to be an accurate temperature and humidity any given day in the summer. So, whoops, I can also do show the wind, yes, and then I change this to clicks, so I know exactly how many clicks I want to apply. And then here I've gotten this additional information here. So this tells me how many clicks to adjust for a 15 mile per hour crosswind. Now, of course, east or west, either direction of the crosswind, then you'll have to figure out, which direction to adjust your scope. But anyway, so I printed that out. I created a whole bunch of little screenshots over here, and then I went back to my template, and I was able to, compile that. And then I came out and I printed out. Of course, the first one I printed was just, massively huge. And so I went back, I scaled that down a little bit more, and I just worked with the scale until I got it down, until I had, a couple pieces of paper here. I probably could have done this more economically, put all three on one sheet, but I didn't. So, die trees die. So I cut those out, and what I ended up with was the little pieces of paper. And then I got a, 3x5 index card, flipped it over, got out the old glue stick, and this is just the Elmer's glue stick. I glued those to the back of the 3x5 card, and then just very neatly cut them out. And now they go out to the field with me wherever I go. So I'll have a hot temperature scope adjustment. I'll have crosswind scope adjustments. Using that good 15 mile per hour crosswind. I can very easily divide out those clicks depending on if it's a 5 or 10 mile per hour wind. No problem. So, and it gives me my nice range. I can reach all the way out to about 1,200 yards. So not bad. Anyway, that's how I created these, and I know they sell really fancy ones that you can buy online, but these are going to work just fine. I might actually just laminate them and then recut it and stick those in my my scope and take them to the field with me. And that's it. That's how I did it. See ya.